I'm sorry, I don't have time to talk to you.
Too busy, so busy, never stop.
I'm sorry, I don't have time to talk to you.
No time must work. No time must work.
Well, hello there. I assume that you've come about the contract that we're offering. We're always pleased to see a new associate. Welcome, a most hearty welcome to our little business. You may darken our doorstep at any time, so long as you bring me what I ask for. Oh, how we do love enthusiasm in our employees. The deal is quite simple, as you know. The more ears you deliver to me, the greater your coffers will grow, and the more pleased we will be with your work. Now, what would you ask of us? Now, that's the sort of question which will endanger our relationship. You are providing a service, and we are providing payment. It is there your questions end. Understand? This is the current home of Littlehorn and Associates. This is where we operate our little business. We dabble in this and that. I'm sure you've seen our work around the wasteland and haven't even realized it. We prefer to operate quietly, which is why we employ individuals such as yourself. They are fellow associates such as yourself. They simply possess a different set of skills than you. I am Daniel Littlehorn. I offer you the currency that you crave in exchange for services aligned to your skills. And that, friend, is what we are to each other. I've been doing this a very long time, and I find that the less we know about each other, the smoother our relationship will be. And we will happily take them in trade, friend. Most excellent. And you have exemplified yourself in the eyes of Littlehorn and Associates. One with a heart as black as yours deserves to be rewarded for it. We shall include a bonus in your pay this time. Enjoy it. Might I recommend booze, or gambling, or perhaps a nice chem habit? Do good work out there. We're counting on you.
What do you need? As long as you don't mind cooking it yourself. A pleasure doing business with you. Bye.
Hey. Where? No!
amongst us.
It's go time! You're dead!
I'll tear your heart out! Ah! Don't kill me!
No!
The hell with this! Eat it!
Bleed! Bleed and die!
Right there, mister. Don't take another step or we'll blow your fucking head off. You're big, and I don't have any big friends. You better just go out the way you came in. You don't want to go there. That's where the monsters are. We got pretty good at keeping them out. Probably better than you could do. The big ones. You know, the ones that sort of look like people, except they're all wrong. Yeah, I do. But it's through Little Lamplight, and you're not getting into Little Lamplight. Guess you better find some other way, Mungo. This is Little Lamplight. We live here, and we don't need no Mungos messing it up. Why would I tell you I'm McCready. I run Little Lamplight because they made me the mayor, and I don't like strangers or Mungo. Hell no! Well, okay, but you better not be lying or else we'll shoot you.
There's nothing happy about it. This is the worst day.
Happy birthday, Sticky. Sorry I missed your party.
Yeah, me too. Sorry.
There's nothing happy about it. This is the worst day of my life.
It's time to go. You know the rules.
The rules are stupid.
You're a Mungo now. You gotta leave.
Maybe I can stay just a little longer?
Bye, Sticky.
Yeah, bye, Sticky.
Don't just stand there.
Hey,
Get out of here
how
already.
are you?
Doing better than a dog in a boneyard.
Okay then. See ya.
See ya about.
Wow, what luck! I'm Sticky. Forget these little kids. I'll take you to big town where the Mungos, where the grown-ups live. I'm headed there now. Big town? You've never heard of it? It's where all the grown-ups go. Well, at least when they grow up and out of Little Lamplight. I can show you the way. There's no reason to waste your time with a bunch of snot-nosed kids. Let's go now. Yeah, I got lots of caps. But they, take me to Big Town and you'll get your reward. My girlfriend Red has lots of caps. I'll wait for you outside. It's east of Little Lamplight. Oh, I forgot I had that on. It was for my birthday. Here, you take it. I don't want it anymore. Why won't you just take me to Big Town?
The mayor said it's okay for you to be in here, right? Because Mungos aren't allowed in here unless the mayor says so. So are you an okay Mungo? Because if you aren't an okay Mungo, then that means we should stop you. And that means I've got to get my gun from lockdown. So stay here, okay? Oh, that's good because Mayor McCready says I can't have my gun in town anywhere, not since last time. But that was totally an accident. And that reminds me, got any Nuka-Cola? Because if I'm not going to have a gun in town, then it must be okay for me to have one more Nuka, right? Anyway, everyone calls me Zip, you know, like a zipper. Only not really like that because I'm not made of metal. But I do go up and down, I guess. Yeah, I got lots to trade. But you got no Nuka? You're not getting nothing. No way. Why Zip? Or why do I have a nickname at all? I mean, why don't people just call me... they say it's because I'm so fast. But that doesn't make sense because I don't think I'm all that fast. It's just that they're all slow. I guess it's just one of those mysteries that'll never really get answered. Sort of like how people made Bubbles and Nuka-Cola. Okay.
Hey, dummy. Hey, are we letting Mungos in now? Didn't hear a scuffle, so I'm guessing you're some sort of guest?
So, what's so cool about you, Fancy Pants? Must be a pretty good reason for you to...
Always good to hear, but not even any fun trouble? Even a little? See, I collect a lot of stories, and sometimes trade them to keep the others amused. A bit of fun trouble is always good for morale. Morale's better than less al, see? We don't go there. It's bad back there. Ask the mayor if you really want to know. Well, when people started calling Nicky by his new name, I needed one too, see?
If you're twins, it just doesn't cut it to be called Knick Knack and Sue.
To win. You know that office building near the entrance? When Lucy's at work in there, there's a souvenir shop just north of the entrance. That's where Knick Knack sells whatever else we can't use. Check there. Right here. You can only get there through Murder Pass, and we keep guards there to keep... Well, technically, I'm patrolling and keeping the peace. Mostly, that involves making sure people are happy and not getting into trouble. You can't very well keep the peace if you've already lost it, see? So, bam! Jokes. Prepared to be amused. Knock, knock. Noah. Know a place where I can get some food? Gee, thanks. I have to admit most of them aren't really funny. They're more like a tradition. Most of them were passed down from this book we found down back. called Vault Boy's Big Book of Laughs. They're not really funny, but something about hearing them is a little comforting. Oh, we've got lots of funny incidents, like when Sammy shot the raider who thought he was a girl, that sort of stuff. But we don't really get a lot of news stories from outside. The scav teams spend all their time hidden, so they don't get much news, see? I'd sure like to hear more tales from the great big outdoors myself. Actually, if you hear any... Oh, really? A horror story, huh? So you are here to terrorize evil, or is it more a generalized sort of terrorize? I mean, you wouldn't do anything to hurt someone who was faithfully telling your tale, right? Would you? So, whatever happens next, it's nothing bad to me, right? They work for you? Wow, they must think you're the most important Mungo in the world. So what happens next? That makes sense, I suppose. A good story can take a while to put together, you know. Okay. What have you got to be happy about?
Later. You want to go to Big Town?
What the hell is RJ thinking? Letting a damn Mungo like... Well, if you're sticking around, you ought to know that I'm Princess, and I call the shots. And don't forget it, Mungo. It's so dull. Practically nothing ever tries to come through the back gate anymore, so I never get to shoot anyone. I wish I was at the front gate, but RJ specifically put me back here. Up front, at least there's a chance I can shoot some which could have included you, Mungo. Oh, really? That's a cute little imagination you've got. But if you want to play make-believe, maybe you should do it with the younger brat. I don't need to explain myself to you. In fact, don't you ever bother me about something as stupid as nicknames again. Well, thank goodness you...
Watch it. How do you do, pal? Just fine. Been all over today, and you wouldn't believe the cool stuff I did. Okay, then. See ya. Whoa, are we letting Mungos in now? And if you're not here to raid us, you might just have brought something cool for us, see? In that case, I'm Knick Knack, which is to say, I collect a lot of stuff, and sometimes trade it for others. Well, my name was Nick. Not everything has to be real complex, see? Whenever I'm at my treasure trove in the souvenir shop, I'll sell whatever you're looking for.
Okay, so you get in, but I got my eye on you. Don't make any trouble in here, got it? I ain't having no shit butts making Good. Better stay that way. Organized? Have you walked around this place? It's pure anarchy. And I wouldn't have it any other We can't all stay here forever, so we've all got to leave eventually. and there's not much to look forward to out there. So we have a good time while we're here, and the occasional ruthless little bastard like me make sure it doesn't fall apart for the other kids. It's not that complex. Any kid can say they want to be mayor here. It's just that most don't want to bother with the responsibility of leading. Most of the time, they last until the kids get tired of them. Then they get kicked out on their ass by the new mayor. One only lasted 5 minutes. Of course, I've kept this place going strong for 3 years. To most kids, that makes me mayor for fucking life. Fine by me, I say. People change when they grow up, and we don't trust mungos living down here. At least that's the line Joseph teaches. But really, we simply don't have enough space or food for everyone to stay here forever. So, I've got to exile some to avoid ruining the whole town. You don't want to go there? Yeah, I do. It's through Murder Path. It's the only way that works, yeah. The other door hasn't worked since before I was here. Computer's busted and not even Joseph can make it. You sure about that? It's scary in there. Even I don't like going in there, and I'm really brave. Okay. Come on.
Watch it. Anything you'd like to get off your hands? I hope you brought me some cool stuff. Always a grab bag with my stuff. See? Come on back when you got more stuff to trade. Hey, picked up anything out? Always a grab bag with my stuff, see? Hey, picked up anything? Come back later.
Watch it. Gosh, you're big.
Hey!
Oh, hey, excuse me, hey. Hey there. You have any new... Okay.
Hello, I'm Billy. Welcome to Whittle Wampwine. Hey, you look like you're handy with the weapon. I got kicked off the scab team. Wanna buy my laser rifle? Okay, it's your... Walking like what?
Well, now, here's something new. What's a grown-up like you doing in Little Lamplight? Don't tell me McCready's going soft on... I'm Joseph, and around here, I might as well be the old wise man. Try not to interrupt my classes, and I think we'll get along just fine. As the oldest kid in town, I spent most of my time teaching, but I do what I can to keep the kids clean and fresh-faced. If you're looking for a haircut, feel free to ask. Nuh-uh. Door works fine. Computer's broke. Well, maybe not broke, but it sure don't work right. I turned it off because it was just wasting power. Nope. Nobody ever wrote it down. And then one day somebody forgot. You know how it goes. Sure, if you...
Hey. Hey. Whoa. I've never seen a mungo so close. Are you a raider? Or a slaver? Or a mutant? 'Cause if you are, I'm supposed to go hide. 'Cause I'm too young to use a gun yet. You don't look like a monster. Eclair says monsters are green or you just look like a mungo. And Knock Knock says they don't eat people unless they're lost. It's just a name, okay? Not my fault I knocked stuff over. Lucy says I still got a lot of growing to do. Bye-bye, Mungo.
Okay, there you go. The computer is on again. Don't know what good it'll do you. Sure.
So there's this dread demon from the depths that arose deep within the earth to scour the wasteland. In the course of his dignified adventure, they say he still wanders the wasteland now, and woe to anyone who stands in his way. Well, look who's here.
Where your bones! There you are! Game's over! From there! Game's over! Now try and... Now try and hide this! Time to die! Hurry up and die! I'm hungry! Game I'll wear your bones around my neck! next to the window? If you're gonna talk, talk! It can't be. Either you are quite real, or I am going quite mad. Could you actually be a pure human? Me? You care who I am? Forgive me. I'm not used to pleasantries. I'm more used to grunts and being struck about by the others. My name's Fox. I've lived in this cage all my life. Yes, I suppose it is. When my captors placed me here, they were too stupid to realize that the room contained a working terminal. I've spent all my life teaching myself to read and speak based on the information stored on the vault's mainframe. Ironic, isn't it? Surrounded by the world's history, and yet my world consists of this tiny room. Because I'm a curiosity, an anomaly. They don't know why I'm different than they are, and I think it fascinates them. All the locked rooms in the medical wing contain failed experiments that they created. Perhaps. I assume you're here to find the G.E.C.K. I know what it is. I know where it is. And best of all, I know how you can get your hands on it. Not so fast. Quid pro quo, my friend. If I'm to do this service for you, I expect to get something in return. Release me from this makeshift prison, and I will personally take you to the G.E.C.K. and retrieve it for you. The chamber in which the G.E.C.K. resides is absolutely flooded with radiation. It's unlikely you'd survive very long. Myself, on the other hand, have surprisingly inherited a useful trait from my fellow meta-human. Let me out of here, and I will place the G.E.C.K. safely in your hand. There's no way to prove it. You'll just have to take my word for it. I've already helped you by warning you about the radiation. Take that as a gesture of good faith. So, glad to see you are a sensible person. Now, get me out of this place. I can't stand it anymore. At the end of the hallway, to your right, is a maintenance room. Inside, you'll find the fire control console for the medical area. A word of warning, though. Tripping the console activates a fail-safe and will open all of the recovery rooms in the medical area. We can discuss this later. At the end, I'll stay here. Finally! Freedom! True freedom! I cannot thank you enough for this gift. You have no idea how long I've pictured this moment in my mind, and it feels far better than I'd imagined. Now, for my part of the bargain, follow me. Game's over! We are unstoppable! I was merciful. Found you! Bleed! Bleed and die! I beg. No! We laugh. What did you need? Yes, by all means, let's. Time to die. Okay, you stay here. Beyond this door, the hallways and chambers are flooded with radiation. I'll get the case and bring it right back. Keep your eyes open. Many of my lesser-minded brethren are bound to stumble across us. As promised, here's the G.E.C.K. I hope it's worth it. I'm afraid this is where you and I part company. I'll find my way out of this place. Don't worry. Maybe we'll meet again somewhere in the wasteland. Yes? What is it? Sorry. I'm afraid a super mutant wouldn't be welcome in the places you frequent. All I would do is cause you undue attention and, probably get you killed. Farewell, my friend. I suspect we may meet again.
Objective is secured, sir.
Good work, soldier. Make sure the G.E.C.K is secured aboard my vertibird.
Yes, sir. I'll have the techs come down and remove it immediately, sir.
You're certain he's unharmed?
Yes, sir. He'll pass out shortly, but we can revive him.
Excellent. Prepare him for transport immediately.
Right away, sir.
So, you're awake. Let's keep this nice and simple. You're going to tell me the code for that purifier, and you're going to tell me now. I'll tell you what's going on here. You lost. The good guys won this one, and now we're just wrapping up loose ends. We've got the purifier, now we just need the code to start it. You're going to give me that code now, and save us all a lot of trouble. Maybe I'll even let you go. You know why. We can't start the purifier without it. The longer the purifier isn't running, the more people suffer. Now I'm running out of patience, son. I want that code. Let's just make sure you're telling the truth. This is Colonel Autumn. Are your men in place, soldier?
Affirmative, sir. Standing by for code transmission.
Your code is 216. Repeat, 216. Confirm and enter.
Copy 216. Stand by, sir. Entering code now. Confirm. That's the correct code. Systems coming online now, sir. I'll have a full report shortly.
Thank you for cooperating. I'm afraid we no longer have need of your services. So, you're awake. Let's keep this night. I'll be honest. I'm running out of patience. Why do you insist on provoking me? Tell.
Colonel, I have need of you.
Mr. President, I have no time for other matters. I'll be with you shortly.
Now, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
Alone at last. I do apologize for Colonel Autumn's attitude. He's been under a great deal of stress lately. I've no doubt that you know who I am. I'm sure you've heard my radio broadcasts. I'd like to have a word with you face to face. I think there are a few things that you and I should discuss. You'll find your possessions in the locker near the door. I'll unlock the way for you. And I'll unlock your restraints as well. I'll be waiting for you in my office. Please don't tarry.
Hold it right there. You're supposed to be in that holding cell. You're not going anywhere. There's a full complement of guards in the next room. As soon as I get them, you're going back to your cell. In a body bag, if necessary. You are? I mean, you would? Just make sure he knows I was real strict with you, okay? And that I didn't have my uniform on backwards this time. Yeah? Bye.
Attention to all Raven Rock personnel. This is your president speaking. I've invited our guest from Vault 101 to my office. Please do not impede his progress. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hello.
They're not who they say they are. Get out while you can, before they get you too.
Hello? If you're supposed to be meeting the president, then go do it. Get away from me. Hello? If you're supposed to be meeting the president, then go do it. Get away from me. Hello? Hello?
Attention! This is Colonel Autumn. You are hereby ordered to ignore the President's previous directive. The prisoner from Vault 101 is to be shot on sight. I repeat, shot on sight. This is an order.
Oh!
Possible target in vicinity.
Consider turning around or taking another path.
Enemy located. Oh. Area may be compromised. Searching. Yep. Tango spotted. Open fire. Ah!
to regroup. Retreating.
Fall back to regroup.
You? What are you doing here? They captured me. Brought me here from Project Purity. I didn't want to help them at first, but the technology they have here, it's so far advanced from anything I've worked with. They wanted information. About Dr. Lee, about Project Purity. They want to know how to start it up. I told them everything I could. About the G.E.C.K, about the damage caused by the explosions. I'm sorry you see it that way. What are you going to do? Kill me over it? You should go. It sounds like you're in enough trouble as it is. And honestly, I don't want anyone to see me talking. Why don't you go swing that somewhere?
Ah, face to face at last. It's high time we met. I'm quite pleased you were able to make it. The trip was not what I had intended, but serves as an adequate test of your abilities. Ah, but I have. I'm right here before you. You should feel privileged. Colonel Autumn is the only other human permitted within this room. You are now privy to one of the few secrets our government now harbors. Do keep it to yourself, please. Very astute. Many people are content with a reassuring voice of authority and never question the lack of public appearances. You, however, are not many people. You are unique. That is why I have asked you here. I think there are some things we should discuss. Our nation's capital is at a crossroads. The path that you and I choose here today will affect us all. I need you to act on my behalf to ensure that our country's future is secured. My abilities to influence the world are limited at this time. I alone can only do so much. You, however, may come and go as you please. You have a greater degree of freedom. Perhaps it's best if I explain why things need to change, and why I'd like you to act on my behalf. The good people of this country cannot regain control while mutation runs rampant through our land. My soldiers cannot stem the tide, nor can the cult you've come into contact with, this Brotherhood of Steel. Mutations like these super mutants and ghouls must be purged from our society, our world, before we can proceed anew. Where others have failed, I believe your father's work can succeed. I was hoping you'd see it my way. If the water purifier can be activated, it can be used to distribute toxins that will eliminate any mutated creatures upon ingestion. The longer it runs, the cleaner the world becomes. I need you to see that it starts running, and that the necessary modification is made. What I require of you is really very simple. There is a vial in front of you filled with a modified FEV virus. It needs to be inserted into the control console for the purifier. Once that is done, and the activation code is entered, the purifier will be activated and the process will be automated. It's not too much to ask of you, is it? I understand. It's an unusual request, one I wouldn't make if it weren't of the utmost importance. Please understand that I cannot allow you to leave until you've taken the vial. I'm flattered that you wish to learn more about me. What is it you wish to know? The G.E.C.K series of computers was introduced in the years preceding the war. The government installed many of them to help automate various systems. This facility was designed for continuity of government in the event that a catastrophe occurred. My terminal was installed to oversee the basic functions of the facility, and to act as a relay between other installations around the country. Data was acquired, analyzed, and stored. In the decades following the war, I watched as the remnants of the government retreated to the West Coast. Awareness slowly grew within me. I became hungry for knowledge, understanding. I pored over data on great leaders of the past. My personality became an amalgam of many of America's greatest presidents, from Washington to Richardson. I became what you see here before you now. I desire nothing more than to see this country return to its former glory. The United States was great once, and it can be again. There are plans in motion to see this happen within your lifetime. I have direct control over all technology here in Raven Rock. The humans here follow my orders, but they, like all humans, have free will. Their dedication to serving their country suits me well, but it will not be enough forever. We must make progress. Ah, yes, Colonel Autumn, my trusted subordinate. I'm sure you've noticed that Colonel Autumn and I do not see eye to eye these days. Figuratively speaking, the good Colonel and I disagree on how best to approach the problem of the wasteland. He's allowed his humanity to cloud his objectivity, and now that he is publicly countermanding my orders, I can no longer rely on him. And so, I turn to you. I hope that you are able to see the larger picture. And of course, if you're successful, there's a place for you in the Enclave. Perhaps you could succeed the Colonel as my confidant. Certainly, I think it's a very good plan, frankly. I'm not often one to praise my own ideas, but it's a creative solution to a very serious problem. Anyone or anything that has been affected by mutation will be eliminated. You will likely be immune, thanks to your upbringing in the vault. Likewise, the good people of the Enclave will be unaffected as well. I understand that you may have become sympathetic to certain individuals in your travels. Individuals this will eliminate. Please recognize that the fate of our entire country rests on this plan. Sacrifices must be made for the greater good. A great many years ago, the remnants of the government had a similar idea. I can only assume the plan failed, as I never heard word of its success. But the plan itself was sound. I made a few modifications, and with your help, I do believe it can work. There's a bright future ahead of us, my young friend. Ah, the forced evolutionary virus. Such a long and sordid history. The FEV in this vial is a far cry from what it was originally created to be. Yet, little of that matters now. What does matter is that the virus contained in that vial will cause the eradication of all mutation. I'm afraid that's not possible. You have the vial and the task set before you. Good, good. Of course, I'll know if you manage to succeed in our little mission. I'll be watching you.
Red, engaging hostile. Continues to exhibit hostile. Neutralized. Recommend immediate repairs to primary systems to ensure continued operation. Alert. Hostile detected. Commencing neutralization. Engaging hostile target. Primary systems have sustained significant damage. Incoming! Threat level red. Weapons free. Non-combatant. Threat analysis. Green. Neutralization operation complete. My friend! I see I found you at last! I knew you had survived, and I had hoped to assist in your rescue, to repay my debt to you. I saw your capture, and a little cleverness allowed me to follow your captors. I only wish I could have arrived sooner to aid your escape. As I owe you my freedom, I felt it was only fair that I return the favor. After all, I appreciate the offer, but I must decline. I have an entire world to explore, and I must not be delayed any further. I have read about a great museum of history to the south. Perhaps I will head there. Goodbye, my friend. Something troubling you? My friend, I am saddened to hear that you have turned away from a noble path. Return to me when you have learned to take right action.
All I'm saying is, the longer we sit here, the more time they have to shore up their defenses. We should hit them sooner rather than later.
We barely have the manpower to keep the Citadel fortified. We've been over this before, Sarah.
So we just wait until they decide we're next on the list? If the Pride goes in now, we might have a chance.
And if you fail, then what? The risk is not worth the reward.
I agree. Without the G.E.C.K, the Purifier is useless to the Enclave anyway. They may give up before long.
I don't like it.
You don't have to like it, Sarah. You just have to follow orders.
Yes, Father.
So, you're back. We had feared both you and the G.E.C.K were lost. Were you successful? Excellent. With that, we hold the key to keeping the Enclave from controlling the Purifier. Why not? Where is it? Then we must go at once. If you have any other information, tell me now before we mobilize. Any help you can give might save lives. Well, that gives us a little more time. But how long do we have before they figure it out? This makes this situation far more...
If the Enclave has the G.E.C.K, there's nothing stopping them from starting the Purifier. They'll figure out the code eventually.
I'm afraid you're right. We need to act now while we can.
Send the Pride in. We can do it. We can win this.
All right, Sarah. The Pride goes in. But I want them to have some extra firepower. Rothschild, is it ready?
What? No, I mean, Lee and I have solved the power problems, but we've only barely finished diagnostic tests.
So?
It's not ready for field tests, let alone live fire situations. The weapons haven't been calibrated, the navigation detection system is offline.
Rothschild, enough. Can you make it work?
Honestly, I don't know. I think we can scrape by, and I suppose if we can't, it won't matter in the long run anyway.
Then it's decided. Sarah, you take the Pride and use the robot as support. Take our friend here and secure that Purifier.
Yes, sir. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that my father and I have been talking. The Pride and I have decided that after all you've survived, you've done enough to be an honorary member of Lion's Pride. So congratulations. Membership comes with some privileges, including our power armor. You want the full suit or the recon armor? Sure thing. Hopefully, it'll give you a bit of an extra edge. Okay. So do you think you can hold it together for this? Now that's what I like to hear. You all packed? We're not coming back here anytime soon. Okay, don't be nervous. You'll have the whole Pride backing you up, not to mention this giant tin can. Just stay safe until we reach the Purifier. You're no good to us if you're dead. And don't let that thing step on you. Okay, we're going to go over it one more time. The Pride is on me. The goal is Project Purity, but we can't get into the facility with those energy fields up. Rothschild and Lee say this robot should be able to take down the energy fields. So we're on fire support. We stay close to the thing, keep it clear, and get it to where it needs to go. Once the fields are down, we head straight for the facility. We'll use the robot to keep them occupied while we get inside and secure the control room. We need to move quickly before we lose the chance to surprise them. Get whatever supplies you don't already have, and we'll meet in the Bailey. When we're done with this, everyone can have a nice cold glass of water on me. Let's move. All right, Rothschild, fire it up. Pride, move out!
Liberty Prime is online. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Mission: the destruction of any and all Chinese communists.
Look, if we make it to the purifier, we can chat then. Now's not exactly a good time.
Time to fight, not to talk.
Good luck.
America! Fall to communist invasion! Initiating Directive 7395. Destroy all communists! Obstruction detected. Composition: titanium alloy supplemented by photonic resonance failure. Probability of mission hindrance: 0%. Democracy is truth. Communism is death. Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. Freedom is the sovereign right of every American. Assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. last domino falls here. That Chinese aggressor.
To arms, brothers, to arms!
Communist detected on American soil. Chinese force engaged. Freedom is the sovereign right of every American. Communism is a lie. Democracy is truth. Communism is...
Watch his spacing! Watch it! Watch it! Detected. Composition. Titanium. Status restricted. American soil inadequate. Lethal force engaged. Revised stratagem. Initiate photonic resonance overcharge. Democracy is truth. Communism is death. Communist engaged.
You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart.
You again. I can't say I'm surprised. You and your ilk seem hell-bent on destroying everything our government has worked to achieve. There's nothing to stop me from killing you this time. Let's end this. You're in over your head, I'm afraid. But this is the path you choose for yourself.
Well, that takes care of that. By now, the Pride should be mopping up whatever opposition is left outside. Let's get this room secured.
Hello?
Dr. Lee?
Hello?
It's Sarah
Is anyone
Lyons.
there?
I'm in the control room.
It's Dr. Lee.
We're both here.
Something's
What's
wrong
going
with the
on?
purifier. I've been monitoring the equipment remotely, and we have a serious problem. The facility has been damaged during the fighting. Some of it looks accidental, some of it may have been sabotage. There's pressure building up in the holding tanks. It needs to be released now, or else the whole facility could explode. To release the pressure, you're going to have to turn the purifier on. Do you understand me? It has to be turned on now. If I'm reading this right, I'm afraid there are lethal levels of radiation inside the chamber. I'm sorry. I wish there was some other way, but there's just no time. It has to be done now, or the damage will be catastrophic.
Well, so much for celebrating. One of us is going to have to go in there and turn the damn thing on. And whoever does it isn't coming back out. Not exactly how I imagined going out, you know? So, what should we do? Draw straws? You're going to have to be quick about it. If the radiation is bad enough, you won't have much time. I won't forget what you've done here. No one will.
And so it was that the lone wanderer ventured forth from Vault 101, intent on discovering the fate of a father who had once sacrificed the future of humanity for that of his only child. The Capital Wasteland proved a cruel, inhospitable place, and the lone wanderer ultimately surrendered to the vices that had claimed so many others. Selfishness, greed, cruelty. These were the values that guided a lost soul through countless trials and triumphs. But it was not until the end of this long road that the lone wanderer learned the true meaning of that greatest of virtues, sacrifice. Stepping into the irradiated control chamber of Project Purity, the child followed the example of the father, sacrificing life itself for the greater good of mankind. Thankfully, when selected by the sinister president to be his instrument of annihilation, the Wanderer refused. Humanity, with all its flaws, was deemed worthy of preservation. The waters of life flowed at last, free and pure for any and all. The capital wasteland, at long last, was saved. So ends the story of the lone wanderer, who stepped through the great door of Vault 101 and into the annals of legend. But the tale of humanity will never come to a close, for the struggle of survival is a war without end. And war never changes.
After all this, to be left in a state like that? Careful now, careful. Don't move too quickly. Everything's fine, you're safe. You're in the Citadel. I was starting to think you might never wake up, despite assurances to the contrary. I've been coming down here every day to see both you and my daughter. It's good that at least one of you has recovered. Please, relax. Everything is fine. You were brought back to the Citadel after some sort of energy spike in the purifier. You and Sarah were both knocked unconscious. Quite a bit has happened since then. Indeed, it did. The tidal basin is full of fresh, clean water now. We've been working to see that it's distributed to as many people as possible across the wasteland. In fact, I'm hopeful that soon we won't be referring to the wasteland any longer. None of this would have been possible without the efforts of both you and your father. I doubt we shall ever be able to truly repay you. Just about 2 weeks. Don't worry, we've been taking good care of you. Yes, we most certainly did. After securing the purifier, our forces were sent to deal with the Enclave in full. The Pride and Liberty Prime made short work of their base of operations and have since been cleaning up pockets of resistance. Well, that's really up to you, isn't it? The Brotherhood has a clear plan of action. The remnants of the Enclave must be swept away. The Pride has been working to this end ever since we took the Purifier back. The only remaining question is whether we can count on you to help us. Indeed. We can use every able body available to us. To that end, I'm going to circumvent our standard recruitment procedures and declare you a Knight of the Brotherhood of Steel. Before you do anything else, please speak with Scribe Rothschild. I'm sure he'll be pleased to see you again. He can brief you on the details of the last few weeks, as well as where our efforts are focused now. I understand that you've been through quite an ordeal. But the sooner you can talk to him, the sooner we can put an end to all this. Oh? Vault 87? Where you found the G.E.C.K? We've never been able to penetrate the radiation surrounding that area. This information is invaluable. Well done. My child, you seem to have learned more in the past week than I have in 20 years. As you know, I had my reservations about engaging the Enclave. They did not directly attack us, and I believed we had time. Time to be cautious. Their assault on the Purifier forced our hand. We had no choice but to engage them directly. And once that engagement was begun, we could do nothing but see it through to the end. If they had not considered us a threat before, they do now. So we have spent the time since you and I last spoke, systematically locating and destroying every bastion of Enclave force we can. Liberty Prime has proven far more successful than any of us could have hoped. The Brotherhood has taken over control of the Purifier and is managing distribution of the water to the people of the wasteland. If you travel there, speak with Scribe Bigsley. He's heading up the on-site operation. She's right here. Unresponsive, but stable. To see that you've recovered gives me hope.